Hi class, welcome to How to Succeed in CIT-15 Summer School Without Really Trying. First thing I did was I took a look at our assignments that are in my lab IT. And I noticed the simulation training, I think there are 26 points here. I think there's between the two, simulation training and simulation exam, simulations always work in pairs. I think there's 52 questions. And then the chapter 1, TIA, that's our textbook, right? 57. So they're kind of about the same, but I need to budget. Let's just, a starting point, I think, would be just budget an hour to complete and study and know the key terms in chapter 1. So just spend an hour on that. So how do you do that? We'll take the quiz later. Go to our e-textbook. Now when you launch the e-textbook, you'll see a lot of things that are study tools. Go to study tools. But this is actually where the e-textbook is, and it is a nice e-textbook. Study tools are fine. Just something that I was looking at was this, the AI tutor. All right, this is brand new, and the AI tutor, the domain for this, for how it answers the questions, is really, really locked down, which I suppose is a good thing. It makes it, kind of safe for a study tool. But if you ask it outside something like this, I think I was asking about, already I don't like this. What is, I think this is the question. It does keep my questions okay. I did ask it this, and it said, this doesn't relate to the chapter, so I'm not going to tell you what that is. How is this going to help me? No, that's okay. Oh, my professor says not to use impact as a verb. Here we go. Sorry, I'm having a hard time with your request. So let's not use the AI tutor as your peril, at your peril. Remind me to create an extra credit assignment, a flash extra credit, to explore the AI tutor and see if you like it or not. All right. Alternatively, you can find the key terms, and then, so we're in chapter 1 right now, right? Here's the key terms. This is how I like, just not even CIT-15, but anything, right? So I know that the quiz are going to be on these key terms, so this is like pre-studying. These are things I have to know out of this. Now, I did give these key terms to ChatGPT. Here was my prompt. I copied them. Here's my prompt. These are the key terms for my CIT-15 class. Commit them to memory, and I'll ask you questions about them. So I could do it that way. So it looks like 41. I have 41 key terms there, which is the, which term do you think I need to spend the most time on? Okay, this is how we can use ChatGPT. Well, ChatGPT is really slow. All right, well, there you go. So, effective computing, artificial neural networks, knowledge representation. I do like this reason for cognitive surplus, surprisingly tricky, because it's not technical, but is a social concept that people sometimes misinterpret. Great. Embodied agents. So, all right. So then I can go back to my e-textbook, and I can take a look at that, right? So maybe at this point, I'm going through my e-textbook, and notice that, oh, here's a video on cognitive surplus, right? So watch that. But anything that's underlined, this is a key term, right? So, browse this, social media, make sure you know the definitions. Sometimes the definitions can trip you up. Crisis mapping tool collects information from email and then maps them, instantly making the information publicly available. There was something about, in the quiz, I remember about a disaster, so you need to know that. Anyway, so after I've done maybe a half hour on this, maybe a little more, just be smart about it. Then you go back to the assignments and take the quiz. So take the quiz that first time fearlessly. You don't have to get all 100, but just take it and see how many you get. I think I have it set for 3 attempts. If you want to ace this class, that's fine. I don't even care if you use ChatGPT to help you with this quiz. It's still going to be a learning experience. Now, the final exam in CIT-15, it is fairly robust academically. It's 150 questions. It covers all 13 of our chapters. And I don't have a lockdown browser for you, but I do want you to take it open note, closed note, closed book. These quizzes, don't stress about it. You're not cheating. Open note, open book. I want the quizzes to be a learning experience for you. I'm just demonstrating how to maximize the cognitive surplus that you have available for this class, all right? And I want everyone to get an A out of this class. So budget your time. One last thing about smart studying. The simulations will get faster, okay? It takes you a while to get the hang of the simulations. And it's like anything. The first time you try it, you're going to be frustrated. It's going to seem new. You're going to be uncomfortable. Allow yourself the discomfort. And I promise you, when you do 3 or 4 of these simulation training and exam pairs, you'll have it down, okay? And they'll go really, really quickly. If there's one, at this point, my CIT-15 students ask me, well, why am I learning about Word? I already know everything about Word. Well, first of all, you don't know everything about Word. And, second of all, you are going to learn something that will help you become a better Word user. Now, what I just said is especially important as an information worker in Excel. So you have 4 chapters on Excel. If there's one thing that you want to prioritize in CIT-15, it's that. Take advantage of these excellent simulations in Excel. That you have 4 chapters, and not only are you going to learn something new about this, but if you achieve a mastery level of like 80% on these simulation training and exam pairs, you're going to be in the top 90% of information workers out there. So Excel is the number one application that American businesses use. They just kind of expect you to use Excel. PowerPoint, with AI, you can create wonderful presentations now. But PowerPoint maybe will help you learn how to organize your information, organize your ideas to be able to explain something. And along with Excel, the simulation exam and the simulation training pair, we do have an exam. So it's a lab test. Again, open note, open book. But you can look at, I think you can look at these questions, preview the steps. There's 100 points. There you go. So the exams are worth 100 points, almost like maybe 2 chapter quizzes. little bit less than that, 1.75 chapter quizzes, whatever. But you can see these are like macro steps to the simulation steps. So, using the fill handle, well, you have to know what the fill handle is, and you know that because you went through the simulation trainings and the simulation exams. All right, so that's that. And then, finally, don't forget about the things in Canvas, right? So the main things in Canvas are the discussions. So we only have one discussion for each week, but it is important that you post to these discussions during the time frame of that week. So make sure that this discussion here, by the way, is really, really critical. I've already posted students that are in danger of being dropped as no-shows. I realize some of you have, been late ads. It's fine. I'm not going to drop anyone until Saturday. All right. So I've posted that. If your name's on there, don't get excited. Just post to the discussion. Tell me that you are not a bot, that, you're going to complete the class, and do that by Saturday. Our census date is the 30th. So on this date, as of June 30th, there's no more no-shows. If you want to drop the class, you can up until the end of the week 3, but you would get a W on your transcript. Okay, so I think at this time, I hate to say it like this, but I just am. If you find that CIT-15 online in summer school is not the right fit for you for now, for whatever reason, maybe you don't like my videos, maybe you don't like my playlist, maybe you don't like my lab IT, whatever, then, drop it now. And you won't have anything on your transcript. And then you can take it. If you want to take CIT-15 from me in the fall, guess what? I'm teaching it face-to-face. If online is not really what you're into, then you can take my face-to-face class. And even if you've already registered, paid for my lab IT, you can still use your paid subscription to my lab IT in the face-to-face class. So that kind of gets back to the goals. I asked you, make sure that you think about your goal before you watch this video. So that's what I'm saying now. That's probably the number one thing. As far as who's enrolled in the class, I have 26 students enrolled. Like I say, I think I owe one student an ad authorization. If you're seeing this now, I will have that to you if I haven't done it already. So 26 enrolled students. I have 15 students in my lab IT. Some of those are on the 14-day trial. That's fine. Just make sure that you pay for it before the 14 days is up. So I'm missing 11. However, I have a sense that on Saturday I am going to drop 6 students. So that means there are 5 of you out there that maybe you were late ads. I don't know. But please do not hesitate. There's no excuse for not. At least get the trial. At least get the 14-day trial for my lab IT, right? And then, start exploring it. And if it's not your thing, then you haven't even, paid for my lab IT. And then you can drop the class. So don't want this to be negative. I want everyone to have a positive learning experience in CIT-15. And I think that some of your classmates are well on the way to doing that. They're going to sail through this. They're going to have a good feeling about getting 3 credits and an A in CIT-15, and they're going to learn Excel, no doubt. So I would like that for all my students in summer school. It's just a little bit difficult because it is really compact. We're already 1/6 of the class is already gone right here after the first week. So with that on a positive note, good luck, everyone. If you want to contact me on inbox. But the most important thing is, if your name is on my list, right, on that announcement list. For goodness sakes, post to the intro discussion, all right? It makes me nervous when students are not posted. They haven't posted anything. So just post, just say hello or something, and then I will take you off this drop list. All right, that's all for now. Have a good class. Paka paka. See you on the discussion boards.